Well, hello, people. How y'all doing? Let me get situated here. Un momento, por favor. How y'all doing? I sure did miss y'all. I feel like I haven't seen y'all and talked to y'all in forever. So come on in. My name is Latrice Sampson Richards, your life enhancement coach. I am a mental and emotional wellness creative, and you're tuned in to From Scratch Live. It's been a very long time since I got a chance to say hey to y'all and just really talk or whatever. So Facebook is letting y'all know that I'm here, and I actually need to go ahead and let y'all know that I'm here as well. Oh, I can do that from here. Um, so much has happened since the last time I got a chance to do one of these lives with y'all, which is absolutely insane to me, that it's been as long as it has been. But sometimes you just have to, sometimes you just have to take a little time off. Like you just have to take a break. And I think that's where I was. You know, oh, let me mute myself. I was just in that place, like in the place where I was feeling overwhelmed and I needed to just kind of take a step back and I needed to, oh, girl. Now listen, girl. My little phone is trying to die on me. Like, for real. And the whole top half of my phone don't work. Which is crazy. Like we have the Samsung. Oh, excuse me, y'all. I am so sorry. Hold on. Let me wash my hands. That was so nasty. Pause for the cause. I apologize for that. I'm good now though. um my nose was anyway, so yeah, I was just in a place where I needed to take a break, and I was feeling overwhelmed by a lot of different things. I was in Germany, as y'all know, and I like Germany for what it is, but it's not home, and so that was difficult for me. I've talked to y'all about this before, but I'm just in a place now, girl. Why? Y'all, hold on. Let me share this real quick because this is taking way longer than it should. Okay. Hey, Tanya. How you doing, honey? Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? I'm just trying to share this out real quick because my phone is tripping. Y'all know how it goes. This is my first day back in my first live stream, my first vlog, because I did a live stream on Tuesday. And, okay, one more. All right. So I just needed to get that sent out. So thank y'all for your patience. Now let's get back to doing what we was doing. Um, so I was in Germany, and uh, you know, I am grateful to have the opportunity to be able to travel the world, and like to be able to do all of these things that most people probably are never really going to get a chance to do. But I'm at a place in my life now where I'm just ready to settle down, like I'm just kind of ready to be regular degular. Hey, Mimi, how you doing? I'm just ready to be, well, I could never be regular. Okay. I could never be like regular. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just is not in my DNA. But I'm trying to be a like more close to regular and just kind of settle down and like really like build a life here in South Florida. I'm just ready to move to the next chapter of my life. You know what I'm saying? And so, it's a process, and I feel like the shift is taking place has taken place. Like I'm in a place where I feel good about. I heard a noise, y'all. Hold up, because these people upstairs, they got this girl that moved upstairs, and she is loud. She is extremely loud. Hi, Javi. She is extremely. How do you say your name? Is it Javi or Zavi? Let me know. Is it Javi or Zavi? Welcome and thank you for tuning in. So I decided to come home and I'm looking for a job. I'm ready to be here. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to settle down and be home or whatever like that. And I enjoy it, but it would be a whole lot better if I had a job, if I had somewhere to go every single day. Like, yeah, I am an entrepreneur. Hey, Tiff. Hey, Tiff. Like, yes, I am an entrepreneur and I am definitely like continuing with my business. Hey, Marty, welcome. And I'm continuing with building my business. I'm not giving up on anything, but the reality is that I need a job. You know what I'm saying? Like, I create things like everything that I do, the podcast, the workshops, the Facebook group, everything that I do, even some of the speaking engagements, some of the programs that I put together, I do get paid for. Like I'm building into that direction. And so, I'm getting paid for some things, but it's not enough to take care of, my portion of our living expenses. You know what I'm saying? And so, and not only that though, I think outside of just having a job, like having a job for me, it means a lot more than just having a paycheck, because my husband works, you know what I'm saying? So, we okay, whether I'm working or not, because my husband works. And so I want a job because I want a job. I've always been a working woman. I've always, just kind of had my own. And I still have goals that I'm trying to accomplish, like for me personally. And that was a really big revelation for me because I was definitely going back and forth with myself. I was talking to one of my clients about this earlier today. Oh, I want to give a shout out to Darby. If you're watching, if you are catching this on the replay, make sure that you comment hashtag replay so I can say, hey girl, hey, or whatever, or hey boy, hey, or whatever. And so one of my clients, y'all know I do online counseling. And so, my clients be listening sometimes, so you know how that goes. Hey, if you're watching, but anyway, but I was talking to one of my clients earlier today, and I was just saying how, one of the things, like one of the reasons why I know that I'm really ready to make this transition in my life is because I'm doing it for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. I will do whatever I need to do to make sure that my relationship with my husband is okay. We're not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but I enjoy my marriage and I want to continue to be married. You know what I'm saying? For as long as God will allow me to do that thing. You know what I'm saying? So I ride for my marriage. You know what I'm saying? But I did not want to feel like the only reason why I was ready to come home was, for a nigga. Because for me, I cannot wrap my head around that because I've always been so independent. You know what I'm saying? And so this could not be a decision that I was making like for my marriage. This had to be a decision that I was making for myself, and it is. It is. Like I've always been a member of a community. You know what I'm saying? Like growing up, we was heavy in the church. We was in every youth group that the church had to offer. I'm talking about we was in everything. You know what I'm saying? And I come from a very tight knit community. Even in college we formed our own community, and like we were very, very close. Like they used to call us the super friends. Well, that was in the beginning of college, but by the end, it was damn near a whole different crop of people. But you get what I'm saying? Like, I was a part of a community, even in college. And then, but right now, because I move around so much, I don't feel like I am a part of a community. I have trust. And I think that's why one of the reasons why I founded Trust Village, because I need to have that community. And I love Trust Village. I love being a part of Trust Village. And that is not going to change. And I'm definitely going to continue to grow and build Trust Village and really start nurturing Trust Village the way that I need to, because we have some amazing women in that group. But I have to stabilize first. And that's what I'm realizing. I mean, I've been realizing it, but I think I'm kind of finally at the place where I'm, ready to like really take action on this, and that's how, just a side note, that's how like the process of change works. And I want to make sure that everybody understands that, because it's not always like you decide you're going to make the change and then you make the change. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, it's a lot of ups and downs. It's a lot of restating your intention. It's a lot of reminding yourself of why you're doing whatever it is that you're doing. It's a lot of convincing yourself that you can keep going, that you can do it again, that you could keep trying and figure out another way. So I know that this is something that I've been working on for a while, and I've made efforts, and then for some reason or another they fall off. Hey, Shannon. And then I make more efforts, and then for some reason or another they fall off, or I learn something different. I come up against a block and I learn something different, like that is what the process of change looks like. So I hope that, by sharing my story and sharing my journey with y'all, that y'all can like actually see how these things happen. And I want y'all to see me manifest things. I want y'all to see me and be a part of my manifestation, so that, you can actually know that the shit I'm telling you is real shit. like I'm not bullshitting with y'all. And, like I'm using this shit in my real life, and I'm seeing return. I am seeing gains. And I hope that you all, see that as well. So anyway, this is a decision I made for me, and I'm very proud of that, and I'm very happy about that. And so I've been looking for jobs and stuff because I'm ready to be home, and this time I feel is different because I'm actually taking steps to root myself here in this area. Like I'm signing up for events and stuff, getting back on the nonprofit community circuit, young professional circuit and stuff like that. I'm looking for jobs that are next level jobs that give me the opportunity to not just showcase the skill sets that I have, but to also be a member of the community and be able to integrate my social and my professional lives, because that makes my life so much easier. Hey, Katina, how you doing? So I'm actually taking steps this time. I've said several times that, I'm going to do this, and I really don't want to travel no more. But I can't honestly say that I was taking steps in the same direction. Hey, Krisha. I can't honestly say that I was actively taking steps in that same direction. And so now I can honestly say, like, I'm taking steps to root myself in this area. I'm not fucking playing. I'm not leaving. I don't want to leave this country again. Not anytime in the near future. Like, not for extended periods of time. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all get what I'm saying. So that's kind of where I am. But I am grateful to have been able to go to the places that I was able to go to. You know, like, I went to Amsterdam. First of all, why nobody told me Amsterdam was in the Netherlands? Because I was completely unaware that it was in the Netherlands. Like, why? I just thought it was, you know what it was? I knew that it was in Europe. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I just always would say Europe, you know? But, you know, they have countries in Europe. Europe is like a continent. So they have countries in Europe, you know, and it just had never really dawned on me, you know, but I always wanted to go to Amsterdam. And so a friend of mine, we were talking and I was saying to her, you know, man, my time is getting short. I always wanted to go to Amsterdam. Like, I really am trying to make it. And she was like, oh, I love Amsterdam. I was like, really? She's like, oh, yeah, I've been twice already. And I was like, girl, she's like, well, I'll go with you if you want to go. So that was it, girl. We planned the trip. I went to Amsterdam for, I think, between the two of us, like, each, we might have paid $250 a piece. A piece. That includes airfare. I mean, train. We took the train. It was like a 6 hour, 6.5 hour train ride, which was very interesting because y'all know we don't really do trains in New Orleans. Okay, I'm not gonna rinse these dishes right now. I'm just gonna because I feel like that's gonna be doing entirely too much, and y'all don't need to hear all of that. Hey, Myra. Um, so we took the train to Amsterdam. It was like a 6 hour train ride, which that was interesting too, because I've never actually been on a train ride before. So that was really cool for me to, y'all feel free to share with your people. You know, let the people know I'm here and that you enjoy listening to me and talking to me and that they should come and talk to me too. I would like to get at least 5 shares tonight. If you are so inclined, make sure you hit the share button. You ain't even got to write no text. Just share it. That's it. That would be a great assistance to me. So anyway, the train ride was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was very interesting. It was cold as hell, but you know, I never took a train ride like that before. Like, not like a little, like we crossed like 2 countries. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it was nice though. It was nice. The train system is very efficient, like extremely efficient. And the trains were very well kept. So that was pretty cool. And then we got an Airbnb. And we got a really good Airbnb. Like, location wise, it was like literally a 10-minute walk from pretty much everything we wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? So, and we got it at a really good price considering the location. And so, that was real cool. And then we did everything. We went to a drag show. That was cool. That was cool. They kind of pissed me off on the cool, I'm not gonna lie, because they moved us up to the front. Like, we had seats way in the back in the corner. Like, this was a hole in the wall, like a hole in the wall. And we just came across it and we was like, let's go to this drag show. So it was a Dutch drag show. Like, it was a local spot. Like it wasn't a tourist thing. We just happened upon it, and decided to go ahead and do it. Why not see a drag show in the Netherlands? I mean, bitch, why not? Live a little. And so we caught the show, and we was like the only Americans in the whole entire room, which the room was like this big. Like I'm pretty sure they was breaking some kind of fire violation, fire code or health code. No, I'm not gonna say health code because it was extremely clean in there. It was clean, but that bitch was small. So we went to that, and then they when they found out that we were Americans, they made us move up to the front, which I was excited about at first, but then one of the queens was like making a comment about us being American and this, that, and the other. And I was like, cause then they like now they have to speak in English, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, y'all ain't gotta change nothing for us. We came in here on y'all territory. We just want to see, what the what is. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't need the edited version. I want this as is. So I want to see how the Dutch get down. You know what I'm saying? Like I know what a American drag show looks like. I've been to plenty of those. I want to know what a Dutch drag show look like. So, but they made like a big deal about it or whatever. And like he said something smart about me and in Dutch. And that I ain't like that because y'all know I'm from New Orleans, and what you're not about to do is play with me. You know what I'm saying? So he said something about my weight in Dutch. It was a joke, but I didn't like the fact that he said it in a language that he knew I couldn't understand. And he knew that I was the only person in the room, well, besides the person I was there with, that didn't understand. I ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? If it's a joke, we all need to laugh. If we ain't all laughing, then it's just not funny. Just saying. So anyway, anyway, but it was nice. The show was really good. The food was freaking amazing. It was so good. And look, they had a black woman in that kitchen cooking, boo, because she came out trying to get them plates out. And I said, oh yes, boo, she back there whipping them pots, girl. She look like she'll slap you with the wooden spoon. She don't play behind her kitchen. So it was a really good experience. So earlier in that day, like when we decided that we was going to go to the show, we knew that we was going to miss the regular ferry that we would have to take to get home, to get back to the Airbnb. And so we had, because we already knew we was going to miss that ferry, we decided, hey, Nicole, we decided to go ahead and check out the other route because they had another ferry that run all night. You know what I'm saying? So we took that route earlier in the day when we went home to change and get ready for the show, just so we can make sure that we knew where we was going when it was time for us to go home, because we had not taken that route yet, and it was the night before we was about to leave. So we took the route earlier in the day, so we knew we knew what to expect. We knew how to get home. And we enjoyed the show, and then we was going home. So we took the ferry and we walked in. It was like about a 15-minute walk for us from the alternate route. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's a windy path. Like the other ferry is a straight shot, but this one is a windy, like you really gotta like walk around some shit. So we walking. And the girl that I was with, she kept looking back. And I was so tired. My leg was hurting. We had did a ridiculous amount of walking. It was, I was tired. And so she kept looking back. And so finally I said to her, well, girl, you see something back there? Because you keep looking, you know what I'm saying? And she was like, oh, I nothing too much. Or like, I see something. I can't remember exactly what she said. But whatever it was that she said, it like made my spidey senses go off. You know what I'm saying? And I said to myself in my head, she must see something back there. You know what I'm saying? And so I started paying more attention to what was going on because she was paying attention. And so there was this guy that had walked past us when we first got off the ferry, and he was like holding his ear like he was talking on a phone, but it wasn't like holding an earpiece. It was like as if he was holding a phone, but he ain't had no phone. So I remember when he walked past me, I noticed him. Like I looked at his face, I looked at what he had on. Like I noticed the fact that he didn't have a phone, but he was talking like he had a phone. Well, at this moment when when I asked her like, do you see something? When my spidey senses went on, I noticed that the dude had walked ahead of us, and we was the only ones on the trail with him. We had came down off of this bridge, and we was the only ones on the trail with him. And so he had stopped in the middle of the trail. Hey, Malicia. He had stopped like literally in the middle of the track. The track wasn't but yay big. And he stopped dead center in the middle of the track a little bit further ahead of us. And I was saying to myself, why the fuck, like, why is he stopped in the middle? And he was still talking like as if he was on a phone, but like real chill, real nonchalant. And I was like, why the fuck is he stopping in the middle of the walkway when you see they got other people walking? So something didn't feel right. And I said to myself, we don't need to walk past him. We're not about to walk past him. So they had a little break in the trail where we could step off. And Kia was walking a little further ahead of me, and she turned around. She kept looking back, and she turned around, and we locked eyes with each other. And so I said to her, I said, hey, I said, can we step over here for just a minute? And she was like, yeah. So we both walked toward each other and stepped off the path. And she walked as we got next to each other. She said, I think we're about to get robbed. I said, yeah, I think so. What I didn't know is that it was a dude walking behind us. It was a dude that was following us. That's what she was noticing. So she noticed the dude behind us. I noticed the dude in front of us. And I think we both came to the realization, like at the same time, like this is not a good situation. This is not going to end well. We need to do something. And so when we walked off to the side, I glanced over, and the dude that was standing in the middle of the walkway, girl, while he was walking toward us, still like he was talking on his phone, he wasn't racing toward us. He was just walking toward us. Why are you walking toward us? Like he's literally like he's walking to us in our direction. And that's when I saw the dude behind us. And so I looked, so I was like, okay, what are we going to do? Like now we trying to figure out how we're going to get out of this situation. You know what I'm saying? And so I looked back over, we had just crossed like a little canal. So they had like a little bridge. So we had just crossed the little bridge, and I looked over there, and it was a man coming down off the bridge, and he was getting on his bicycle because, side note, bicycles are the preferred method of transportation in Amsterdam. I'm not talking, well, they have a lot of scooters, but I'm talking about like straight up bicycles. Like I saw some of the craziest bicycles that I've ever seen in my life. Like it's really people's mode of transportation. They have bicycles that let you ride your children. You could ride like 3 kids in a bicycle. They got bicycles with umbrellas. Listen, bitch, I've never seen so many variations of bicycles, but they have them in Amsterdam, and they very fit, but they smoke a lot of cigarettes and a lot of weed. But anyway, so the man was getting back on his bicycle. So I said, look, they got somebody over here. So we flagged them down. Kia was like, excuse me, sir. Kia walked out and stepped in front of this man's bicycle like, no, you're going to stop for us. Like you're not just going to pass us up. You know what I'm saying? And so when we flagged the man down, then the dude that had walked ahead of us and the dude that was walking behind us, now they walking together. So before, y'all was walking like y'all didn't know each other. Y'all was walking like y'all was regular people, and now y'all walking together. I'm saying. So she told the man, she was like, "Do you speak English?" And he was like, "Yeah, I speak English." And we both was like, "See, ain't nothing but the Lord. The Lord has sent that man to us." You know what I'm saying? And she said those two men have been following us since we got off the ferry. I said yes, and they are making us extremely uncomfortable. And we asked him to walk with us. Well, he offered. He said, "Well, okay." He said, "I can walk with you." And that man walked. He said he walked us until he had to go his separate way, you know. But it was he got us extremely close to our Airbnb, and the other dudes, we watched them. They walked back to the ferry. So, and we watched them as they walked. So we knew that they were not like nowhere near our vicinity. And I said, "Girl, like when we I walked faster." Listen. Listen, because that man was pushing that bicycle, girl. And he was walking fast because they fit. You know what I'm saying? They in good shape. And I am not. You know what I'm saying? But and so we was walking, girl. I'm talking about I was huffing and puffing trying to keep up with that man. And like at a certain point he turned around and he was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." He realized how fast he was walking. And he was like, "I'm so sorry." I was like, "Listen, you can walk as fast as you want to. I guarantee you I'm gonna keep up." I promise you. Cause listen, what's not about to happen, what I'm not trying to do is be out here in these streets getting robbed in Amsterdam. That is what's not trying to happen. So you could break out running, boo. I'm gonna run right alongside you. I promise you. I'm gonna keep up. I deal with the physical consequences later. Whoo, girl. But when we got home, we just was like, "Oh my God, like that really happened." And so, that was, but it's crazy because it's like I've never been robbed before. And I could only imagine how I was just scared at the prospect of it. You know what I'm saying? And, thank God Kia was paying such close attention and, really put my spidey senses on, and we was able to work together to get ourselves out of that situation. You know what I'm saying? I just think it's so important, you know. So this is, girl, y'all know this a little side note. Y'all know I be going off on little tangents sometimes. But like everything going on with R. Kelly and all of that, and the mute R. Kelly movement, and not just with R. Kelly in particular, but like the whole Me Too movement, and like the women's lib movement and all of that stuff. I definitely believe that we should be able to live, as women. We should be able to live our lives without being beaten and verbally, emotionally abused and trafficked and drugged and brainwashed and catcalled. You know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely agree that shit needs to change. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to be holding people responsible who have not been held responsible. We need to make sure that these men, and not just men, because it's everybody is complicit, to a certain extent. And I think, yes, we need to hold people accountable, but we also need to make sure that we can have conversations with our daughters, in particular, our children, all of our children, but specifically with our daughters, to make sure that they are taking responsibility for themselves as well. Like, yeah, it's fucked up that you have to teach your child that she needs to be aware of her surroundings at all times. And it would be nice if she could go somewhere and genuinely, truly enjoy herself without being worried or concerned about somebody trying to take advantage of her. But that is not the reality of the world that we live in. And I think we do a disservice to our women, to our children, all of them. We do a disservice to our children and to ourselves by teaching them that it's everybody else's responsibility to keep them safe. You have to take responsibility for your own safety. And I don't think that that's victim blaming. I think that's a teachable moment. Now, it don't always come across as that. I get that because some people come off as judgmental. You know what I'm saying? And because people don't know how to talk to people. People feel like they could say whatever they want to say, however they want to say it. And that's just not how this works. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, that we do need to be able to have a conversation about common sense safety practices for women going out into the world. It's no different than the conversation that black parents have to have with their black children about how to interact with the police. It's an uncomfortable conversation, and it would be nice if it was an unnecessary conversation. But that's just not the damn case. Teach your children how to protect themselves out here in these streets. Teach your children how to be aware of their surroundings at all times. Teach your children how to cut a nigga in the throat with the back of a key if he plays with you in a way that you don't feel comfortable with. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Teach your children not to take drinks from strangers. Teach your children to not leave a drink at the bar and come back to it later. Get a whole new drink, share. You don't know what's in that drink. You know what I'm saying? Like, teach them common sense safety practices. Teach them how to be responsible and accountable for their own safety. And also teach them that it's fucked up that you have to teach them that. Also teach them that people need to take responsibility for their actions as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not either or. You can teach them all of those things, and you need to teach them all of those things. So, that's what happened. Like, we were alert, we were aware, and we took the necessary steps because we were alert and aware. We had enough time to get ourselves out of a situation that could have been very bad. We wasn't the damsel in distress, even though we flagged that man down. We took action to flag him down. We bought ourselves some time because we was about to be in a dark area. Like, the path that we was on was a lighted area, but literally right after that was pure darkness, complete darkness. And we knew that because we had already walked that way earlier in the day. So we knew what was coming, and we both knew that we couldn't allow ourselves to be vulnerable in that place, in that space, because we knew we wouldn't have been able to get out of it. Like, there would have been nothing we could have did. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But I will say this. I'm happy, like, the fact that we didn't actually get robbed, like the fact that we only almost got robbed, that actually was a little exciting. Like, it was exciting, and it made, I think, it just kind of added to the trip because I've never even almost gotten robbed before. Like, that was an experience, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying it was a fun experience, because it was not fun at all. But now I feel like I have a war story, you know what I'm saying? So, and it was in Amsterdam, which is one of my bucket list places, you know what I'm saying? So it was cool. I'm very glad that I went to Amsterdam. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I feel like I could not have gone with a better person. And, it was great. It really was. It was great. So I came back from Amsterdam, and then the very next week, I had 1 week left, had to pack and get ready to come home. So it was like, that's why y'all haven't really heard from me like in the last 3 weeks or so, because the week before I went to Amsterdam was the week of New Year's. And I was finishing up things for my assignment because I knew I was going to Amsterdam. So I knew that I needed to get some stuff done. So I had to do, like my job. I had to do my job, you know what I'm saying? And prepare to transition out. And so I was busy with that. And then I went to Amsterdam. Then when I came back, I got it, I had to pack. And so I fell right into that. And I was really feeling very overwhelmed, And so I decided that put my, I needed to put Facebook down for a little while. You know what I'm saying? Because I love talking to y'all. I do. I love talking to y'all. I love interacting with y'all. But I put a lot of work into this, like it takes up a significant portion of my time, which is not a complaint. I'm not complaining in the least bit. I thoroughly enjoy it. Like I do it because I love doing it, But I also have to make sure that I'm okay because I can't give you what I don't have, and so if I am fatigued and I'm overwhelmed and I am just maxed out, then I don't have anything to give you. And I would rather not give you anything than to give you some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like I was starting to I felt like my work was suffering and I wasn't okay with that. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't okay with that. So I decided to just put it down for a little while and take a little break. And I just had to go inward. Every now and then I feel like it's okay to just check out for a little while. You know what I'm saying? And the people in your life have to respect that. I've been catching up on my podcasts and stuff, which by the way, Unicorns Talk podcast, I was trying to bring it back this week, but I just could not get it together. So it's going to be coming back next week. Okay. Thank you, Creisha. I appreciate you, boo. See, that's why I love my friends and my family. Like the people who really know me, the people who really have gotten to know me and who love and appreciate the person that I am in real life and not just holding me hostage to some person that they thought I used to be or some shit like that, but that have actually, gotten to know me and give me the room and the space that I need to be me. You know what I'm saying? I love that y'all get me and y'all understand who I am and y'all are okay with that. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. I do. I appreciate that because there's a lot of people that want you to fit into the mold that they have built for you. And if you don't fit into that mold, then somehow you're the one that's wrong. And I'm like, well, bitch, who told you to make a mold for me? I ain't never asked you to make no mold for me. You know what I'm saying? I never agreed to that. You know what I'm saying? So how you gonna hold me to that standard? And furthermore, how you gonna build a mold for me without ever taking the opportunity to assess who I am? What does that mold need to look like? Like you didn't give me a chance to tell you what the mold needs to look like. You decided what that mold was on your own, and then you got mad with me because I ain't fit into it. Well, bitch, I never signed up for that. I ain't never agreed to that. You did that on your own. I feel like that's what they call a personal problem. Yeah. I'm just saying, that's what they call a personal problem. Yes, girl, my mode has to be flexible, girl. I don't fit into squares and stuff. I feel like, when I was in Amsterdam, we went to a diamond factory and called Gasson. And we took a tour of the diamond factory and everything like that. And then they sat down and they taught us about the different clarities and levels of diamonds and how they classify them and all of that. And we had an opportunity to purchase a diamond. Well, and I did. I purchased a diamond. It's teeny, y'all. My diamond's so small. If you blink, you'll miss it. But that's all right though. You know what I'm saying? I bought that girl. I bought it. And I'm gonna get her put in something too. I bought her. Anyway, the place Gaston, they were saying how the normal, the typical brilliant cut diamond has like 52 cuts or something like that. And but they actually have their own like I don't know, like their own signature cut or whatever. And that thing got like 200 and something cuts. I think that man was saying. I don't remember the exact amount. It's a ridiculous amount of cuts. It's like more than twice as many as the brilliant cut diamond. You know what I'm saying? You know, the more cuts on a diamond, the more it sparkles, y'all. Them diamonds, listen. But anyway, all I'm saying all of that to say, I need more than a brilliant cut. I need a Gaston cut, kind of mold. Like I need more space. I need more room. I need more cuts. I need more places to do my thing, and I need more space to be able to do that. And so when people try to box me in, I can't, that it just doesn't work, it doesn't work. And so, you know, I'm learning how to I'm learning how to I want to say take command of the space that I feel and giving myself permission to fill that space, if that makes sense. Giving myself permission to fill that space and to be in that space unapologetically. And so even in my job search, like, of course, I got a plan A, a plan B, a plan C, a C.2, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have multiple like plans, but my plan A, my ultimate, what I want to do is, if I want to create, I'm really working toward cultivating a life for myself right now, a lifestyle for myself that I can be happy way more often than not. You know what I'm saying? I want to create a life for myself that allows me to enjoy my life. Hey, Letitia. And so I'm trying to be as strategic as I can about doing that, because having a life that allows me to fill the spaces, I think it would be really, really dope. I think that would be, that's the dream. That's the dream. So I'm figuring that thing out. I got my eye on a couple of things. So y'all don't be surprised if I reach out to you to get a letter of recommendation. But I'm being very strategic. So if I don't ask you for a letter of recommendation, don't get your feelings hurt. Because I'm trying to be very strategic about, just about, girl, why is my phone that loud? That's what I really don't understand. Like, do it have to be that loud? Um, there we go. So, what else is going on? I missed y'all. Even though I took that time off, I definitely missed y'all. And I missed, I think it reinforced for me just, how much I actually genuinely enjoy doing this work, like talking to y'all, doing these live streams, and like, just interacting with y'all. Like, I genuinely enjoy being a creative. I enjoy creating content and sharing that content with y'all. I enjoy getting the feedback, the positive feedback from y'all, whether it's a laugh, or a heart, or a like, a love, all of that stuff. Like, I actually enjoy, personally enjoy all of that, like all the whole experience of it. And it's nice to kind of get back to that and ease back into that, because I definitely felt like it was missing. So I'm excited about the direction that things are going in. Right now, my primary focus, if we're going to be all the way real about it, my primary focus is getting a job, because if I get a job, then that anchors me. Like that is what really allows me to like just take a deep breath and like relax, and so that I can really like settle, like really begin to settle in to this space and like this life and creating this life, because when you're constantly on a go, it's hard. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just my laptop is about to die, and I'm on my iPad, but I don't like to let the battery die on my laptop, because I'd be nervous that at any given moment I could have 5 different projects up. You know what I'm saying? And I try to remember to save everything every now and then, but sometimes you forget, And I done been caught way too many times missing out on stuff or losing information because my battery died. So I try not to let my battery die. But anyway, I yeah, like once I get that job here in the South Florida area, then that is going to allow me to like take a deep breath and really be able to dig in and get comfortable. Like it's hard to make social connections. It's hard to start getting involved because I'm always moving around, and people don't necessarily want to create long lasting relationships with people who are flighty, and that's just the reality, is that for the last 3 or 4 years I've been very flighty, and that's because I have been literally up in the air, like I've been to 4 different countries in the last 4 years for extended period. Like I've lived in 4 different countries in the last 4 years. That's a lot. You know what I'm saying? 3 different countries. 3 different countries I've lived. That's a lot. So I'm ready to stabilize, and so my full complete focus right now is on like applying for jobs, really doing some research, looking for jobs that can make me happy, but then also looking for alternatives, just like to just kind of get to work kind of jobs. I'm looking for all of that, and I'm curating my resume. I was working on my resume earlier, and really like growing up my resume, because I realized that like I've been updating my resume as far as my work history and stuff, but not like I really need to be. So my resume, I don't feel like it was mature enough for the types of positions that I'm going to be applying for. And so, because I'm really ready to like, oh, tell him I said, hey, Damian. No, what is it? Damiano? What's going on? Um, but yeah, so I that's is Operation Get a Job, and I do have a time frame that I'm looking at in terms of like when I would like to have a actual job offer. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see. Well, I know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna manifest that job, boo. I'm just letting y'all know now. So watch when it happens. Then y'all gonna be like, she said she was gonna do that. And then I'm gonna say, yeah, I told y'all the shit works. The shit works. So yeah, though. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. That's all I really got for y'all tonight. I I'm so glad y'all came out and talked to me tonight. I feel like I had so much to say. It's been a while. It's been a while. Well, this year we have several trips planned. So we're going to Mexico this year. We're definitely going to Jamaica this year. Maybe the Bahamas this year. So that's going to be exciting. 2019, I'm definitely going to be, y'all are going to be seeing a lot more of me in terms of like this creative side and just doing vlogs and talking to y'all about whatever it is, like whatever my experiences are and stuff like that. So, I'm not really a documented in the moment kind of person, but I do enjoy talking to y'all about my experiences. And so I'm definitely going to continue doing this. I am once, if you miss it on the replay, these will also be made available on my Instagram, uh, IGTV page, which is Latrice Sampson Richards on Instagram, as well as my YouTube page, Latrice Sampson Richards. So y'all make sure y'all follow me on Instagram at Latrice Sampson Richards, as well as on YouTube. Subscribe to my page on YouTube so that you always get the videos and things like that. I'll be doing some stuff, exclusively on Instagram or exclusively on YouTube. So you want to make sure that you're following me across all of those platforms so that you don't miss nothing. Cause we going into overdrive this year because we doing this. Okay. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Creisha. Creisha just subscribed on YouTube. Thank you, boo. Appreciate you, boo. We're gonna get to know each other this year. We are going to be doing some healing this year. We are, our theme for this year is transformation. And we doing that thing, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna do that collectively. Everybody has a different way that they're trying to transform, but we're all on this journey together. We are all gonna be working through our transformation journeys together, and so I'm really looking forward to everything that 2019 has for us. Yeah, that's it. I love y'all. And I appreciate y'all. And until next time, be well. Bye. Oh, wait, side note. This shirt, Melaninlicious, isn't it cute? Right? It says delivers shades. Oh, wait. Diverse shades of brown to black complexions. I'm reading upside down, y'all. Signifying strength and beauty. So, diverse shades of brown and black complexion signifying strength and beauty. And you can get this shirt. I purchased this shirt in New Orleans I think it's on Thursdays. They do, it's basically like a little Congo Square mini market kind of thing. It's a real nice little event in New Orleans, on Bayou, not Bayou Road, on O.C. Haley. It's a really, really nice little setup they have over there. And I saw one of my favorite AKAs, and her sister were out there, and her sister owns the company that makes these shirts, Melaninlicious. So y'all make sure y'all check them out on all of the social medias. I told her that I was going to wear, I bought this shirt before I went to Germany. And I told her that I was going to wear this shirt and give her a shout out on one of my live streams. And I never got around to doing it. And so I always keeps my promises. So if you are a business owner and you have something that you want to gift me, then you could just DM me to get my address or whatever. And if I like it, then I'll share it with my community. All right? But only if I like it. If I don't like it, I ain't sharing it. And don't ask me about it. If you don't see it, don't ask me about it. Oh, okay. I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. Until next time, be well. Bye, y'all.